Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to prepare this delicious egusi with Ofor using less red oil. Very little oil is what you need to make this soup. So I hope you enjoy watching. Now let's get the ingredients. So these are the ingredients I'm going to be using. That is boiled bell pepper and onion. So I have some bitter leaf here. You can use less or more. I love using a little bit. So I have 2 cubes, stock cube, but I'm going to be using one of that. And that is red oil. That is the Ofor I'm using. You can use ashi if you don't have Ofor. So that is the egusi. I blended the frozen egusi because I love to wash my egusi before blending them. So that is the onion, pepper, salt, and I'm going to be showing you the meat I'm using. So in there I have some cow leg, some beef, and shaki and stockfish. Yeah, I already pre-cooked that cow leg. I love to cook it first, remove the water before cooking it into the water I'll be using for the soup. So the first thing I'm going to do now is to season the meat with some stock, one stock, some salt and pepper. I don't want to use much pepper because my kids are having this food and are going to be having this soup with me, so I'm using less pepper. So I'm going to add a whole lot of onion, like 1 onion into it. Remember, this stock is what we're using to cook this soup. So that is shrimp stock. This is why I said did not use two of that stock cube I brought out. I used only one because I used my shrimp stock. You can check this shrimp stock out as well. I have the recipe on how to make yours at home. So I added extra water in there, put the lid on, and I'm going to allow that to cook halfway. So while the meat is cooking, I'm going to blend my bell pepper and onion to cream. So my bell pepper and onion, I'm done blending them. Now I'm going to add them into the meat mixture. After adding them, I'm going to stir everything and add a little bit of oil. Like the oil I'm using is even, I'm not sure, it's up to a tablespoon of oil. And if you don't want oil, remember that the egusi has a lot of oil in it. So you can skip this oil if you don't want. I just wanted to show you guys that you can add oil if you want. But the oil is not necessary at all if you don't want to, okay? So I'm going to bring that to boil again with the lid on. So as you can see, the soup is boiling. Now I'm going to test if the salt I added is enough. If it's not enough, I'm going to correct the salt. Okay, so go ahead. If you want to add extra cube, no, or Maggie cube, any one you want, you can add them at this stage, but I'm not using extra one. I'm using only the one I used for the meat because I also used my stock, my shrimp stock for this. If you want to see how to make that shrimp stock, I'm going to be leaving the link at description. Check it out, okay? So at this point as well, I'm going to be adding my ogiri, which is locust beans, and the egusi. This egusi was, I washed and put them in the freezer, so this is why they are like this after blending. So I'm going to add everything up, all the egusi inside the pot, put the lid on and allow them to cook for like 10 to 15 minutes or even more, because this soup is liquid. We're going to be using Ofor for it, and for you to get the better result, you need to cook them for at least 15 minutes or a bit more. So this is after some minutes. I give them a quick stir. Don't allow your egusi to burn, so make sure you stir them while they are cooking, okay? So guys, this is after 15 minutes. As you can see, the egusi is still liquid because I added a lot of liquid inside here, which is not a problem. Remember, we are using Ofor. So I'm going to be adding my bitter leaf at this stage. The bitter leaf is supposed to be the last thing to add, but this is dry bitter leaf, so I want them to be a little bit soft. This is why I added the bitter leaf before adding Ofor. So after adding the bitter leaves, I'm going to allow that to cook for 5 minutes before adding the oha, and I'm also going to be throwing in some mackerel fish that I fried earlier. I'm not sure I showed you to you. I've showed it to you guys. Yeah, I'm using mackerel fish for this as well. So I'm going to throw them in and allow that to cook for 5 minutes. Then I'm going to be adding the Ofor. So at this point, I'm going to be adding the Ofor. Make sure that your soup is boiling very well before you add the Ofor. But if your Ofor is in a paste texture, go ahead and melt them with a little bit of warm water before adding them. I'm sprinkling the Ofor over the soup because I don't want to have lumpy Ofor inside this soup. And after then, I'm going to quickly stir everything up. Check if depends on the quantity of the soup you're making. If you're making a more quantity, you can always correct your Ofor, okay? But if you're making less, you can always use less Ofor into the soup. Trust me, using Ofor into this soup is very good. You will love it. Just give it a try, guys. So after adding the Ofor, I'm just testing if the salt is enough, the seasoning is enough. I put the lid on and allow them to cook for like 5 to 10 minutes for the Ofor to be well cooked, guys. As you can see, you would think that this soup is liquid. Remember, we use Ofor inside this soup, so do not allow this soup to be very thick over the heat. Yes, because if you do, when they get cold, your soup will turn to like pap. I don't know how to explain it, like custard, but that is not what you want, okay? So at this point, I'm adding spinach, which is the last thing I added. You can skip the spinach, it's not even necessary. I just added the spinach to show you that you can use spinach for this soup as well, in case if you don't have bitter leaf. So after adding the spinach, I turn off that soup. Yeah, I turn them off. This is the final result, guys. You need to give this soup a try, guys. If you've never used Ofor in your soup before, give it a try. And if you have bitter leaf, make sure you use bitter leaf as the vegetable on this soup. You are going to love it. Try this soup and let me know what you think about it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Please share, like, and subscribe this video if you like it, okay? God bless you all. Bye.